Bro, and it's gonna be...
When is the
normal.
last time I've seen Shaman? I mean, in ladder at the moment is not happening.
What? Of course.
Not like I've faced Hunter.
Nah, there's a
Around.
lot of control warrior, a couple of new token druids, and also the shaman. Could be the one with the sea giants as well.
So I was just lucky only facing hunters.
And priest, obviously,
Lucky.
new priest deck is also super strong.
Oh, we got a Shaman Mirror here now. Both players have some... I don't know who has the better hand here. I like the double Unbound Elemental and Ferrous Spirit. Slight advantage for Zaephyr. Well, not anymore. Both have an Earthshock now. So you can just attack trade, but the same for Zaephyr. He can just Earthshock totem up. The only good thing is, if he goes for the Earthshock, it would be slightly better for Kunzi since he could start with a first 3-drop minion. But he opts for... Oh, now I hope he actually trades. If he ain't trading, that's going to hurt him more than it's going to use. Wow. Do you expect Lightning Storm, Earthshock?
Just first off, your Earthshock, obviously, before your Lightning Storm.
Yeah, sure. You want to Earthshock that minion. Well, if your Lightning Storm hits perfect, you can just trade with your Harvest Golem. Don't care. Also possible. I mean, he thinks about Earthshocking that stupid spider. I think the Lightning Storm is so deceiving to use now. If it hits perfect, and even if not, if one minion dies and the other minion takes 2 damage...
I think I would go for Totem Lightning Bolt.
Totem Lightning Bolt. In the end, it's the safest play. Healing
control.
Totem.
Yeah, perfect.
I would have liked to see the Lightning Storm just to completely demolish the board. I'm surprised he didn't attack, though. Could have brought him down to 1 HP and then counterattack.
Then,
you might lose your minion.
Then Kunzi would have been able to trade, you know?
Yeah, but both would have. But then in the end, the board is clear. You get your 2-1. You can trade his totem. So the value would have been higher, in my opinion, for Zaephyr.
Wow.
Well, now Rockbiter. There's a lot going on in the first like 2 minutes of this game.
Oh, this is bad for Kunzi.
He loses his Drake and his his Wolf and his Totem. And there's a card draw totem you definitely want to kill.
But he still gets 2 cards out of his Monotide.
It could be worse. At least there's a Foul Elemental in his hand. So, yeah, that's good. But would you totem up or drop your Argent Squire? I would
totem up.
I like the Argent Squire a bit more, since you want to go for a Defend of Argus next turn, and your Argent Squire...
you want to go for the Fire Elemental next turn.
Yeah, sure. What I don't like is just... You don't have your Argus now to... you could do it on a totem, but you're missing out 1 damage to kill the 2-3.
And this is why I see that Kunzi is in trouble. He wants to use the Fire Elemental, and he kind of has to get rid of the Monotide, else it snowballs out of control.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's again, if you played the Argent Squire and you don't care about the Monotide totem, you could kill the Twilight Drake now with the Argent Squire. And that's why I just like the Argent Squire play in total more. And even with the Flame Tongue totem, you could have traded 2 things now. So, all in all, the Argent Squire would have had more value than the Taunt totem. But now, as you say, the tricky decision. Are you going to Foul Elemental the 03 totem? Are you going to Foul Elemental the Harvest Golem? Flame Tongue totem trade into the Twilight Drake? Also a possibility. Oh, he's just hexing. It's like, whatever.
That was by far the best play.
I still feel the Lightning Storm is a thing now. You get the Rockbiter also.
You do? I think it's going to be Egg Defender and Rockbiter.
It's going to be Egg Defender and Rockbiter. Egg Defender and Rockbiter. You definitely want to kill the 03 totem. So that's a given.
Yeah.
You
could go play the Egg. Go for the Defender between Frog and Egg.
But if you go for the Defender between Harvest Golem and Frog, you could also clear the ward, like without the Egg. You could just go for the 3-4 hitting the Totem dead, and the Rockbiter Frog kills away the 4-4. So that was a possibility also, but he goes for the Lightning Storm, and it's not hitting perfect in the end. Well, he doesn't even have to trade if he didn't want to. He goes for it. So we get rid of the Unbound Elemental, Lightning Storm just rampaging with Spell Damage Totem. Fire Elemental now on the Harvest Golem. It feels like Unbound Elemental and just Totem up could be slightly better just to get more value on the board. I mean, you play the Fire Elemental, but you only
can't
dealing...
totem up if you fire elementals, by the way.
Yeah, I said the Unbound and Totem
Unbound,
problem. Or you could Unbound and defend the Vargas, but if you Fire Elemental here, you only deal... You do 3 damage to a 1 HP minion. I don't like dealing 1 damage to a so low HP minion.
I think the defender play was correct.
That looks cool. You get a 3/5/2/2 on the board, but there's still another Hex waiting. Lava Burst now. Oh, I love the Lava Burst so much. Such a cool card. Could get rid of the Unbound Elemental if you want to.
But also can just insta-kill a fire elemental.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thing is, if Zaephyr manages to keep control over the board with 5 cards, like he got so much value out of his mana tide, he will most likely win the game. So he's fine with lava bursting right here, since he knows Kunzi only has 2 cards on his hand.
And you can drop another Harvest Golem if you want to. There are like 2 options. Either Rockbiter down the 2/3, which I don't like so much.
Totem. And get your egg. That's like super obvious play in my opinion.
I would have gone for the Harvest Golem and work around with my Defender of Argus at the next turn. I mean, he could trade something, but you get another Harvest Golem, which is a great minion. And you can work with your Defender of Argus to get your 4/4 next turn. Fire Elemental on the 2/1. And yeah, then we're going to see a Hex. Oh, the Hex value is just so great. He can also trade in, if he wishes to. Bloodlust. Yeah, now you're going to Hex and just get more and more minions on the board to Bloodlust win the next game, just easy mode. How much damage is there already with a Bloodlust? So that's 4, 6, 8.
That's 12 plus 8, right?
Plus 12? Wow,
20.
I like it. 20 damage just like out of nowhere. You're like, okay, there's 8 damage on the board. He could have a Flame Tongue Totem, that's plus 4 damage. But he just pops a Bloodlust and deals 4 times 3 damage more. Well, he's not going to pop a 10 mana Bloodlust, so that's
Why
like...
not?
Would you? Or would you just go for your Harvest Golem?
I would consider it. Keep the board clear. Like, Kunzi has 1 card.
Yeah, but you don't have to Bloodlust now. You can just play your Harvest, Totem, trade the board completely, accept the 5/5, lose a minion next turn, but you gain 2 minions, and then you just win with your Bloodlust Lightning Bolt in the turn after that. And you even do 4 damage to the face. So that's like, if there is no Lightning Storm, you just won next turn.
There was no Lightning Storm played yet, but yeah.
And even if there is a Lightning Storm, it would need to hit perfect. So that's just going to be 6, 7, 9, plus 15, plus a Lightning Bolt. That yells GG for me.
Okay.
Wow, and you could Feral Spirit, Totem up, just flood the board, and then do even greater Bloodlust. But this Bloodlust is just winning the game. The first one for Zaephyr here, and Kunzi losing with his Shaman against the Shaman.
Still think it was gambling there.
Gambling for not playing that one earlier?
No, for like not going for the Bloodlust play. I mean, he won. It worked out for him, so obviously he made the right decision there.
I mean, that's going to be really interesting. Priest versus Shaman. Definitely looking forward to see this game.
Oh, it's a new one.
So we get a Sludge Belcher.
But there shouldn't be the zombie shows, right?
Yeah, the zombie shows, I think they're not here already. And the Undertakers. Still, you got Arcanine Soul Priest, Circle of Healing. Always a great clear, especially if you face against...
Oh, and even Mind Control.
Even Mind Control. But a Mind Control against a Shaman? Silence. That's interesting. Silence plus white Pyromancer plays are really interesting.
Actually, very common in your Priest versions.
I love it, since you can just silence away a card draw totem. Worst case scenario, egg or card draw totem, just silence it away. Or Flame Tongue, whatsoever. So you can get rid of some stuff early on. Haunted Creeper into Injured Blademaster, probably. Yeah, what else does he want to do? The hand for Kunzi ain't that great. I mean, yeah. Turn 5 is his next follow-up play.
Just gonna Hex now.
Just gonna Hex now, are you sure? Or is he just gonna drop his new Ruby Egg and don't be so crazy on this? I mean, if he taunts up and everything, you can still Hex. If you trade and you heal yourself... Is he going to silence the deck? The only problem with silencing something in a Shaman is there is still the Flame Tongue value. So even if you silence it and he plays a Flame Tongue Totem, that's a 2/2 minion, just being a pain. I prefer the Rockbiter over the silence, definitely.
Yeah.
Over the hacks. Since you know in a priest there might be Sunwalkers, Sludge Belchers, all the annoying big taunters. And look at this, he might just Sludge Belcher and yeah, hex. So Sludge Belcher hex, don't care about it. Circle of Healing, confirmed, but no Arcanine Soul Priest so far. Would you do like Loathab?
I think Loathab is the better version here. Because he knows that there's actually no way that he can clear it.
The problem with Loathab is like you want to delay something with it, but yeah, you're gonna Loathab, then you're gonna deal 5 damage to him, and that's like okay, are you gonna raise him down now? So there's like the Sludge Belcher has a greater value if he's not getting hexed, and Loathab would just get hexed a turn later.
Yeah, a turn later, but you get a follow-up, you know?
I think now it's cooler. I mean, you play him now, and there's a 2/3 on your on the board you can kill, or the Fire Elemental, if he's not trading. So you could play Fire Elemental and trade in the 2/3, and then we're probably gonna see Holy Fire on the Fire Elemental. Just get rid of it. Could be a possible play. Another Sludge Belcher. I prefer the Holy Fire.
He has to.
And the only problem is you're like not healing enough. So you're only healing for 3. You're missing out 2 heal in total since you're on 27. That's a bit sad in the end.
It's okay.
We get another Sludge Belcher. This is not looking good for Kunzi.
This is Holy Nova time.
He has to. He knows that there's a Bloodlust in. I mean, that's 6 minions, 18 damage. Oh, wipe Pyromancer. He could wipe Pyromancer, Circle of Healing, Holy Nova, if he wants to. Or just go there. He had to just go that way. He could also Circle of Healing. He could have cleared the board if he wanted to, but having a 2/1 against you ain't that super
and you want to
annoying.
keep the circle for the Arcanine Soul Priest combo as well.
Sure. But the clear was just so valuable. I loved, like, only the Holy Fire, only the Holy Nova would have been enough. But together with the Wipe Pyromancer, I loved it. It was just great.
Oh.
He needs a card draw.
Yeah.
He needs it so badly. Now he wishes he had another Wipe Pyromancer. He could go for the Noshire Cleric, Wipe Pyromancer, random spells, Circle of Healing, like that combo where you draw 1 bazillion cards. Violet Teacher into Hacks and the Bloodlust just waiting. Can he totem up? Is there enough mana? He had 9, correct? Was he overloaded? No, even totem.
And a shock.
Oh wow, that's great. Look,
No, he's just trading.
look at this.
Shock, that makes sense.
It's 4, 6, 7 damage plus 15. So 22 damage just out of nowhere again.
Like Knight.
I kind of need to. Well, you could also steal the Violet Teacher and Circle of Healing, but that feels like, yeah. I like the steal if you really go for the mind control, since what else? You kill 1 Fire Elemental, so there's another Fire Elemental you might steal. There's Alakir, you could mind control, but that's 1 card out of 1 bazillion. So the steal was pretty cool. Flame Tongue, trade in your 4/1 and your 1/1. I would Flame Tongue between the Taunt Totem and your Harvest Remains, then kill the Violet Teacher, totem up again, and you can deal 5 damage. So that feels really good. You don't even need to sacrifice your 1/1 if you're going to Earthshock, but I think the Earthshock was a slight misplay. If there is a Sunwalker or something, I mean, double Sludge Belcher was played, yeah.
Shouldn't have played this, the shock.
Definitely not. There could be another Taunter, and even if it's double Argus Taunt or something, you would have had your Earthshock to get rid of 1.
Oh, Shadow Madness.
Ah, I love the Shadow Madness. It's so cool. The only problem, the only problem is you can.
Actually, it's not that useful.
No, since you can steal. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna steal your 3/1 minion, which is a 1/1 if you get it. Oh man. It feels like Black Knight, kill the totem, and then steal the 1/1 totem to kill the 1/1, and there's only 2/2 damage on the board. I think that would be in the end the best play.
I think Holy Fire onto the second Flame Tongue.
But why? If you go for Black Knight and Shadow Madness, you kill everything except the healing totem.
And the Flame Tongue.
Yeah, and the Flame Tongue. But then there's only 2 damage on the board. If you Holy Fire, you steal 4 damage away too. But like this, you could get rid of a lot.
And keep a 4/5 on the board.
And keep a 4/5 on the board. And he needs a Lightning Bolt, Fire Elemental, or a Rock Biter. And there was already played 1 Fire Elemental. So, and
That's
a Rock
true.
Biter.
True. Actually makes more sense.
I
like you said.
would have loved it more. I know he wants to keep the Black Knight in case there is, I don't know, another...
Alakir. He
Alakir.
wants to keep it for Alakir.
I
That's
think-
the only reason.
But you could have kept the Holy Fire for Alakir also.
Oh.
Lava Burst and Bloodlust next turn. That's going to be quite a lot of damage. How many minions by now? 6 minions, so 18 damage. 19, 20, 24. Yeah. So that's going to be 31 damage next turn. With Bloodlust and Lava Burst. Oh, it's not good. Now you need to
Now
play.
he needs to play the combo you suggested.
Yeah, Black Knight, Shadow Madness. If you're not going for it, you're crazy. Confirmed crazy, since you get rid of 3 minions like this, and that's 15 damage with a Bloodlust. No, 3 minions is 9 damage, sorry. I was like at 5 minions in some crazy brain.
Well, it's 11 damage if you trade the 1/1s.
Yeah, he needs to. If he ain't doing this, that would be really crazy. But he has time to shoot some rocks through the board. How much damage is that still? That's 6 damage plus 15, 21. Only 28 damage, is that correct? Again, that's 5 minutes. 15, 21, and that's only 28 damage. So his heal brought him out of the range too. But there's a Flame Tongue totem. There's not. There's a Mana Tide totem. So Zephyr is just going to go card draw, Madness draw. Would you, again, okay. Now, you're like, is it greedy to not Bloodthirst? Or would you just Bloodthirst now, bring him down to 2 HP?
Oh, I would go for Bloodlust.
Yeah, or would you just keep your Lava Burst? I mean, you don't need to use your Lava Burst. You could just go for Mana Tide, another totem.
Yeah.
Just like-
don't use the Lava Burst.
But it does 7 damage.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
No.
The 7 damage is so cool. I think the great part about not playing Bloodlust is your Lava Burst. You're not overloading yourself, so you keep your 10 mana for the next turn. Yeah. I think he just wants to do as much damage as possible. Is he going to trade?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, it's still great, as you say. I think I would have made a totem first. Was there already 3 totems out? So you could have gotten a taunt totem instead of a healing totem. Down to 15. That's good. Senjin Shieldmaster. Oh, he wished he had another. If he had a White Pyromancer, it would be so good with a Circle of Healing.
He could just clear everything.
He should.
Oh,
He could.
he?
Oh, he could be super annoying. Just to keep it like this, he could be super annoying and draw a lot of cards, draw into more options, go crazy. That's not possible for him. Okay, we get... This is not looking cool. You get your Senjin, but your Senjin is going to get killed. The only cool thing, there's no more hexes. So you don't have to fear hex. We already saw Sludge Belcher getting hexed, Sludge Belcher getting hexed. So that ain't happening anymore. He needs to kill your Senjin with damage or with Flame Tongue. A Bloodlust already gone. There will be a second Bloodlust. So you don't care about 1/1 totems at the moment. For Kunzi, yeah, I think Senjin, heal yourself. And if you want to get rid of 1/1s, you could Shadow Madness. But he didn't Shadow Madness all the time, so I'm not expecting to see one now. Oh, finally. Are we going to see it?
I guess so. Wants to reduce the damage. That's...
Yeah, he's getting
That's-
rid. He's getting rid of the totem. I think it was an okay play.
was the best play possible.
Yeah, you need to get rid of the card draw. So hardcore. We're going to see redraw. Defend of Argus. That's so good. You can just Argus up your Drake to trade with a 3/5. Or Lava Burst away. But I didn't like the Lava Burst part. I think if you Argus up, you trade, you get the healing totem. So you would have been on 3 HP. And there was no... Yeah. If there's a Holy Nova, your Drake survives.
I think the decision to throw it between the flame, like the 1/1 totem and the
Healing
healing
totem?
totem, is interesting because you know there's still the Orkney priest. You haven't seen a circle of healing, and he could have protected his Drake. I think it was correct to use the lava burst and not trade with his Drake into the Senjin, but still took a great risk there.
Yeah, and in the end, the Shaman wins. So Priest
2 times
didn't
in a
have a
row.
chant.